What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Jolin, and we back at it with another episode of this Flight Lounge. It's Sunday. You know I had to come in here and give it to y'all. Now, this week been pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The sun been out, but it hasn't been, super hot like it was like last week. It was more so like, in the 70s, in the 80s. It wasn't raining. It was a little bit windy, but all in all, it's been pretty cool. So I've been able to get up, go out, hang out with the family. We actually went to some food carts not too long ago, and we got to go out there, chill, eat our food, play a little bit of a cornhole and stuff like that. So all in all, the weather been cool, and the summer just been kind of gliding by. I know it's about to come to an end and probably in about a month and a half or not, and we gonna be right back into the winter, the fall, the trees, all of that is about to be gloomy. So I'm just trying to soak it in while it's here, you feel me? Get my little real estate on, you feel me? I just booked another little travel, a little vacay. We gonna talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, man, you already know that I like to kick off each episode with a little bit of real talk, a little bit of spiel, if you will. Now, I heard something from Wallow and it stuck out to me because I be knowing people like this, and I know a lot of y'all gonna be able to relate to the same thing. He said, you gotta stop dictating and, letting people's reflection be based off of what other people say about them, because some people do different things for different people and they act different for different people as well, you know what I mean? And I can say, for instance, some people, when you go to work, you gotta put on that smiley face and you gotta ha with your coworkers and stuff like that, but then you get home and you just like a totally different person. When you with your family or when you with your boys, when you're around your lady, you might act a certain way, but you should stay and remain the same. Don't be like, hey, this is my dog right here, but then as soon as he turn his back, you talking about him, or like, hey, this is my lady, and then when she leave, you on the phone with the next, you know what I mean? Just remain the same, the same person to yourself, but you do gotta change up, you know what I mean? Especially if you want to get to where you trying to go. If you used to being out on the block all night, it might cause you to change so that you can, stay in later, start working more, so you can go get that new car, so you can get that new vacation that you've been dreaming about, you feel me? So yeah, just keep elevating, keep going out there each day, progressing, and hopefully the changes that you make each day is gonna put you to where you want to be, you feel me? So yeah, man, you already know that I got some topics, and I think they some pretty good topics. So you already know we got to talk about the music of the week now. The music of the week, man, it ain't been that good, I'm not gonna lie. We had the clips, we had a couple other projects drop, but there's one project in particular, we got to talk about it because it's the #1 project out right now, that JackBoys 2. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Travis Scott. I do like Travis Scott. I think he's a great musician, but I'll be looking for a different, a little grittier, a little hood, you feel me, vibe when I be listening to my music, you know what I mean? And I just felt like this JackBoys project, it was more so for the younger crowd. This is more so like, let's rave, you feel me? It's the same sound that you would expect from Travis Scott. And he had Don Toliver and Shaq West and all of his artists on there. He had a bunch of really good collabs on there. I know he had Glorilla was on there. I want to say Future was on there. Cardi was on there. YB was on there. The list goes on and on. So it was jam-packed with a whole bunch of features, but I just feel like a lot of those songs, they sounded kind of the same. You know what I mean? Once you kind of bounce to the first 4 of them, you kind of just keep that same wave. Now, I might be tripping. Let me know what y'all think. As always, you can reach out to your boy. Either I'm going to be posting this on YouTube, so you can leave it in the comment section, or you can slide up in your boy DM, as always, on Instagram at Jolin01. That's JOLEN01. And tap in and let me know what you think of that JackBoys. Did I skip past some songs? Because I listened to the whole thing, and by number 5, I was just kind of, let me see what the hype is about. It wasn't really like something that had a whole bunch of playback value. Now, I seen like the video for the single that they had just put out, and the video was real creative, as always with Travis Scott. It's always a different element, and you see and you can kind of get that vibe like, okay, we live in here, you feel me? So definitely, I'm not trying to take no points. Like I said, it's just not for me. I'll probably rate that thing like a 5.5. Now, like I said, it's the #1 album, #1, you feel me? So that's all I gotta say about that. So if you like the Travis Scott album, go ahead and listen. Now, I got a little single though, a single that I think is, you feel me, it's worth telling y'all, because it's a little bit old, but y'all might not have heard it because it was a new single to me. That new ESTG, The Flash. It's on Spotify right now. It's that old Kanye, that flashing lights, lights, lights. They remixed the sample of that, and they really got it in on there. Bro was really chopping. Y'all know that I'm a fan of ESTG. I always tell y'all, he be coming with that street flavor. He's switching gears on them, and he just talking that hood shit that, like I said, I like my music a little bit more street and hood. I'm not with all of this like humming and doing stuff like that on the record. I'm not into that. You feel me? But yeah, man, if you're looking for a good single, like I said, it's not new. It's probably like 5 months old. You feel me? But it's new to me. So if you're looking for a new song to check out, make sure y'all check out that new ESTG Flash. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's on Apple Music. So go check it out right now. Now, the movies of the week. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't got time to watch a whole bunch of movies. Usually, y'all know I'll be running through them, but I did see one movie. I didn't finish it, but I'm about to double back, and I thought it was looking pretty cool, so it's only right that I share it with y'all. That The Amateur, I think it's on Disney Plus. That's what I was watching it on. Now, I don't know dude's name. He like he a skinny white dude. He always kind of look kind of like, you know, a little different. He cool though, you know what I mean? In this movie, I guess his wife ends up getting kidnapped and killed, and he's an ex-CIA agent, so he like a trained assassin. He's ready to go. You feel me? Now, after this, he's kind of, you know, talk to the police. He's trying to get little cues so he can go, you know, out on the hunt and try to find the person, you know, that killed his wife. So he go on this killing spree, and my nigga is doing some pretty clever shit. Like I said, he was in the CIA. He knew how to kill you with like a thumb. You feel me? So he was on there, you know, finding all the killers. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, especially because I haven't watched the whole movie. Like I said, I probably watched a good 50 minutes in there. It's probably another hour on there. So we going to have to go back on there. I'll probably end up doing it probably tonight if I end up turning on a little movie. You feel me? But again, the movie is called The Amateur. It's on not Netflix, but Disney Plus right now. I believe it just came out as well. It was in the theaters. Now it's on the Disney Plus. So if you got Disney Plus, make sure y'all go check that out. Now, last week I was listening to the episode after I had recorded it, and I noticed that I missed the tree of the week. So it's only right that I come to y'all with two new ones, because I've been blowing that power pack. I've been having all of these different flavors, and I'd be like, sometimes I just want to get on here and do the podcast again just so I could tell y'all and show y'all, like, yo, I might even have to start doing that tree of the week that I used to do. If you're familiar with the YouTube channel, you already know that I got all of these videos, even if you haven't seen them. I got a bunch of videos. All of them is different strands of tree that I get throughout the week. You know what I mean? And I kind of bring them to the camera, let y'all see what I'm smoking on, so when I talk about them here with y'all, you can kind of get like a visual of what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the first one that I got for y'all, I was blowing on some of this wedding cake mixed with Scribblers. Now, if y'all remember, like probably like 3-4 months ago, they used to have this wedding cake and it was mixed with Skittles. Now, I don't know if this is the same thing as that, and they just had to change the name because Skittles wasn't having it with the name and all of that, and so they had to change it. But this shit is some power, y'all. As soon as I seen it on the menu, I had to grab it, and I'm happy I did. Now, they usually, at least with the NWCS, because that's who it's by, the Legends, you feel me? Usually when they have that, it only lasts probably like maybe a month or two. They're consistent. Maybe they got like a couple peas, and once they gone, they got to wait until the next crop or whatever. But this shit is some power. I believe it's like 28% THC. That shit is kicking like Jackie Chan, like right in the throat area. Heat your chest up real nice, and it's not expensive at all. The eighths was only $15. You could get the higher one, the 7. You could get that for like $25 or something like that. But I will definitely be back up there to grab that, because this is the shit that, like, you ever go to the dispensary and you got like a strand that's like your go-to. If you see it, you gotta have it. Even if you're picking a couple other little strands here and there, this is coming home with me. You know what I mean? That's what this motherfucking wedding cake with the Scribblers, this gonna be that. And at least until, like I said, they usually run out pretty quick. Again, I got it at Main Street. So if you from the Northwest, Portland, Washington, pull up to Main Street, get right. Now, The next one I got it from the Weed Man. Weed Man, he had that loud. I had to pull up on my bro because he knows some growers with the green thumbs and they be doing their thing. So every once in a while I pull up on them, we get some loud and you feel me? We burn it, so it's time to talk about it. I had got some Purple Runts, I believe I got from bro, and it was definitely some cool. It had a cool body high. The smell was right. The buzz was actually real solid. Every time I grab from bro, his shit look real solid. It's always crystally, you know what I mean? Sometimes it look a little better than it is, but these runts on this occasion, very fire, fuego. I'ma give it like an 8.5 at least, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's what I got for Tree of the Week. Like I said, I was listening to the episode last week and I noticed that I hadn't put a Tree in the Week and I didn't want to record the whole thing over. So like I said, I'm just throwing y'all extra. I got a bunch of different more, so I might even throw y'all 2 more next week, or I might, like I said, just have to break the camera out and just record what I'm talking about so you can see it, because seeing is believing. But yeah, man, the next electronic that we got for you today, bruh, I was on that new DK, that new Donkey Kong. It's on the Switch too. Y'all know it just came out over the weekend, but I already played it. Now, every time that I hear there's a new Donkey Kong game out, I get excited because I'm not going to lie. I like playing Donkey Kong games. I would say I like playing them a little bit more than I like playing Mario games. You know what I mean? I like rolling with DK and Diddy and we going out getting all the bananas and doing all of the stunts and flipping and jumping. This one was cool. This new DK, it's called Bonanzas. Go check it out. It's if you got the Switch 2. It's only Switch 2 players. You know what I mean? But this game was cool. It wasn't like the typical Donkey Kong where you kind of just move across the track. It was kind of like, I'm not going to say open world, but you really got to pay attention to what you're doing because, you know, there's ways that you can figure out where you're supposed to go, but it's not laid out to where you just go there. You actually got to like climb up, go over here, jump over there, hit these things 3 times, and then you can get past the door. You know what I mean? So I like the game. All in all, I'm gonna say, do I think it's worth? I believe the game was $70-$80. That's crazy to me. But if you feel me, if I had the game share with the partner or something and we could go 35, I would say the game was worth 35. Like I said, I like playing DK. I like playing that new the Mario Kart world. That was super fun too. Would I pay $80 for the game? I'ma say no way, Jose. You feel me? I think that they fun games, but for $500, bro, you can get the P5. You can get games for $60, $70 on the PlayStation. Why would I go play that for Mario Kart and stuff? And these games ain't even like, you know what I mean? These is games that we keep playing. It ain't really never nothing new on the Switch besides games that are like Nintendo or they you know, the bottom of the shelf games. They're not really putting no real heat. Like you don't see no Call of Duty on the Switch or nothing like that. You feel me? But yeah, man, Donkey Kong, it was pretty cool. If you interested in those type of games and you got a Switch 2, make sure y'all go check that out because it's definitely a good one. My bro got it. I got a little profile saved on his, so I'm definitely going to be throwing some more videos. I already put 2 videos on the YouTube, so you can go check those out if you interested to see what the gameplay and see what I'm thinking about the game live on the spot. You can check the videos out. But yeah, man, that's the electronics. Now it's time to get into the last topic of the day, and you already know that it's my favorite topic, the sneakers of the week. Now, this week, I'm not gonna lie, fellas, we ain't really have nothing. So I gotta give it to the ladies, because I guess one of them is for the fellas. I know some of y'all be rocking girl-looking shoes, but that's cool. You feel me? Now, the first pair that I got for y'all is these Almaniers, these Air Jordan 5s. They coming out. They look pretty cool. Like I said, to me, these look, they said they boys and girls, I guess. But they look kind of girly. They got that dark burgundy on them. It's a nice little white. And you feel me? The shoes look decent. Like I said, they just look a little, but that's usually how the Almaniers are. These ones is cool. I know, like, Almaniers, they be kind of up and down. Sometimes people strike on them. Sometimes people don't strike on them. So I think that these might, you know, be accessible to the public. I don't think it's going to be a huge markup once people get their hands on them. But who knows? Who knows? They be picking and choosing these days which shoes is hot, which shoes is not. So yeah, man, if you're interested, they're going to be $225, and you could probably get them on like your sneakers app or wherever you usually go to get like your more, not like a Foot Locker or something, your more higher ticketed shoes. You might even be able to go grab them depending on where you live at the Nike. You know what I mean? I know at our Nike, if we go there, we could probably get our hands on them. But yeah, man, the next one that I got for y'all is one that people like these. And I'm not a big fan. I'm not going to lie. The Air Jordan 4 Rares. Now, these shoes, y'all know me. I like wearing Jordan shoes that Jordan was actually wearing, and, you know, it's part of the real colorway. These ones is, people like them, you feel me? And I think they're going to do well when they go out. I know people are going to buy them up. They got the upside down Jordan. They got all the black with the red and, like, the bluish, you feel me? They just, they're not the ones that I would usually like to grab for myself. But like I said, I know that these are going to be a high-ticket shoe. People are going to stand outside or even be striking with them bots. You know how people get down when it's these shoes, and I guarantee you we're gonna be seeing a sneaker con video and somebody gonna be like, oh, I got them for 500. So yeah, man, if you want to try to go grab those, you feel me, make sure you ready, because they coming out here on the 26th. They're gonna be $225, but if you got to get them later with the ticket and the resellers and the scalpers and all of that good stuff, I can't tell you how much you about to pay for these. Like I said, I'm not interested. I didn't really do a whole lot of like looking around to see what the markup price is gonna be on them. I just know that these ain't gonna be for me. So yeah, man, that's really all I got for y'all, you feel me? Like I said, last week was a little bit shorter, so hopefully, you know, this one is a little bit more entertaining. I'm still getting used to the new setup and all, so I'm not gonna lie, if I got some more topics, I might have to just jump on here, or I might even give y'all like an audio podcast. I kind of want to start doing like a visual one, and then you might still be able to catch it on like Spotify along with the audio one, and that way I could just stay more tapped in and stuff like that. And if you're looking for more content from me, like I said, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure y'all go to the YouTube right now. It's Varsity Productions. I'm dropping every day topics, gaming videos, food vlogs. I'm gonna be doing reaction videos, all types of stuff. You never know what you're gonna find. That's why you gotta hit the subscribe button and hit that notification button. But yeah, man, I'm about to be getting out of here. So as always, you already know what it is and you know who it is. It's Jolin, it's Varsity. Peace.